Welcome to the bold analysis, ladies and gentlemen. Last week there was the People's Dialogue Festival that was going on in Nairobi Museum, and we saw Kanini Kega being chased from the Jubilee stand by a section of UDA of Jubilee youths that were in that place. And after that, allegedly, he was the only member of the Jubilee Party then that turned up for that event. And after weeks of drama and leadership wrangles at Jubilee Party, they left it. And of course, it's still being debated in the political parties tribunal. Now, I've realized that Sabina, Chege, and the host of the Visible Jubilee team have come off from the UDA wing. And they seems to be abandoning the Geshagwa. Look at over the weekend, the whole UDA battalion from Mount Kenya were in Tarakaniti for an interdenominational prayer service. And you realize that if there is a wing that was not there in their numbers, then that is the Muranga camp. Ndindi Nyoro was not in Tarakaniti, who is also a ranking member in the National Assembly, and Sabina Chege, amongst other Jubilee members of Parliament, were not Jubilee members of Parliament. Those who were elected under Jubilee were not in Tarakaniti. And I saw, I think there is a newspaper that captured that story on the maintained absence on activities of UDA in the party. Remember the initial plan, or what really happened was that they were supposed to decamp and join UDA officially so that they would take part in the fresh activities of the UDA party that are going on. I saw today former Nairobi Governor Evans Odhiambo leading a host of Luo Nyanza leaders to UDA and saying all sort of things about the ODM party. And I was a bit shocked. It's very funny that while people are lining up for jobs, some people are calling press conferences and telling us about getting UDA certificates. And Kenya iko na mchezo mingi sana. So, what is the urgency with going to, even if you want development for your people? And they allegedly said that, look here, anyone who is not with us here is not Luo. But no Milo, and people are really joking. So, after weeks of that persuasion, Sabina Chege were among the members that were supposed to be really ranking in the UDA activities. They have not been taking that front line. And UDA Central Chapter is a bit disintegrated. That's what has really emerged. And you will realize that immediately that talk of when Ndindi Nyoro was launching Masomo Bora project in Kiharu, there is one member, I think it was a senator there, one member of parliament from that place, who said that Ndindi Nyoro should take over now from William Ruto, because Rigathi, I think, allegedly comes from Nyeri, and that was the discussion, that Rigathi comes from Nyeri, and Nyeri has produced president, and now in Kiambu also Nyeri produced Mwai Kibaki, was the president, then Rigathi Gachagua, deputy president, then Kiambu produced the president, which is Uhuru Kenyatta, so it is a turn for Muranga. And that discussion is heating up. And since then, you realize that the Muranga camp have a little bit shrinked their activities in the larger UDA spectrum. What is happening with the Jubilee members who are allegedly planning for a defection to UDA? I want to explain that in this video. Kindly subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell, and like our video. Thank you very much for your support. In politics, things are not constant. things change, and they change very fast. Who knew that Uhuru Kenyatta, who Gema woke up twice, or in fact thrice, 2013, 2017 August, and then 2017 November, to vote for as their president, they will turn against him within a span of 4 years? Who knew? Who knew? Who knew they would then turn against William Ruto? And there seems to be very serious lessons. Political, if you want to learn political lessons, then you can learn those lessons from Mount Kenya. The Jubilee wing, who are really leading that, could have realized that there seems to be a division in Mount Kenya, and the question of Muranga's stake in UDA, or rather in William Ruto's succession, has remained bold, and leaders could be coalescing around ideology. Amongst, and just try to look out keenly, you will realize that Alice Wahome, the Muranga, who is from Muranga, was given a seat there, was given the CS. Ndungu was given a CS treasury. He actually also comes from Muranga. And then you also look at the Nyoro budget committee. Now, they have a very strong case. In fact, they have a very strong stake. They are a very strong force that you have to reckon with. And what could be happening is there is a bit of coalescing on what is Muranga's stake moving forward. That could be creating that, and that's why the Sabinas seems to be changing their heart on that UDA defection. Now, is it really an overstatement that Raila-led mass action could change the trajectory of our politics? Kabando is saying that the mass action that Raila Odinga team are calling for will actually give us a new dawn in terms of our politics, and it can change the trajectory. You never know how it will turn out. Because look at it this way. If UDA are to get into some sort of arrangement with the Azimio full swing under the Jubilee wing, then Makali Jubilee revival will be there. Or, I know many people look at it as a very awkward one, but it's very possible if William Ruto is to get into talks and reconcile and get back to good books with Uhuru Kenyatta, that would be the rebirth of Jubilee Party. And I know. Choose and pick. If Rigathi is asked to pick between William Ruto, between Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta, you'll actually pick Raila Odinga, contrary to what people think. The person together doesn't want to see across him is Uhuru Kenyatta. Now, one is personal. I think it's a bit personal. Number two is about Mount Kenya succession. The Mount Kenya succession card is very blunt if Uhuru Kenyatta is not the enemy. The discussion only remains if Uhuru Kenyatta is the enemy. So the mass action actually presents a different trajectory to the politics of the region. And that is why there also seems to be trying to look at now. When the Rigathi spoke about stakeholders and those who did not believe, or rather who never campaigned for William Ruto, not to be the shareholders, not to be the highest number of, not to be in the front in terms of shareholders, that is going to make sure that those who voted and supported William Ruto are going to get first. What did that mean? Sabina Chege was a member of Sky Team campaigning for Raila Odinga. Sabina Chege, Kanini Kega, Ledama Olekina, Hassan Joho, and Junet Mohammed, and my member of parliament, Samuel Atandi. So what is he saying about here? The Rigathi's position that only shareholders will be regarded first is one statement that did not go down well with many, and in fact it was a red flag that while we believe UDA can be home, but again we are not really the shareholders and we don't have a stake. So these statements might have really not gone right with the leaders that were trying to make that move. Now, there is the high cost of living question. You know, The high cost of living is something that you need to look up after. What is the end game? You know, many people are asking how will Ruto must go, and of course Ruto will not go anywhere unless he will go in 2027. And tomorrow I will tell you the real meaning of Ruto must go. So Ruto Gema, the high cost of living is also seems to be the masses are see. And you can't go to bed the administration, you can go not to bed, but you can support the administration at the behest of the people's outcry. And then you find out that you are in some unfamiliar grounds where you are actually against the wish of the people. Because at the end of the day, what matters is the masses. Gema is a very complicated vote, and I can tell you that those who are already preaching about things have been done here and there need to be very sensitive that Gema might even still shock Ruto coming in future. And I foresee that. I'll tell you a problem in my analysis where I have a strong believing that Gema will not be what it is in 2032. I don't see that.